Now, live from Artie's Cut Rate Liquor Store, shooting range, candle shop, bowling alley, massage parlor, it's the Dave and Doc Podcast.
Hello.
Happy day. Back in the daytime.
We are, yeah. I like this.
After another couple weeks off, well, we've been on a little bit of the struggle bus this fall and winter season.
This syphilis, man, I just can't get rid of.
Well, when it's tertiary, it gets in your brain and starts causing all kinds of problems. But if you look down and you see something that doesn't look quite right on your junk and it's painless, you need to holler at somebody. Don't be tweeted, what the is that? Anyway.
It's the Dave and Doc Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, episode 64. I'm Dave.
And I am Doc.
All things Dave and Doc on our website at DaveDoc064.com. That's Dave, A-N-D, Doc, DOC.com. 20,000 subscribers strong.
That's awesome, man.
Actually, we're like 30 short of that, but it's happening.
But I mean, we're right there.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
It's super cool.
We appreciate everybody, watching us and clicking that button. We're getting a lot of likes, getting a lot of views. We appreciate it. Of course, I mean, we just like being goofballs, and the show goes where it goes, and we get to have some rants and talks, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, our number one episode of all time now is the interview with Brian Toohey.
Which, I mean,
yeah,
of course it would be, right?
Right?
I mean, that's awesome. Yeah, still a lot of fun, and definitely we'll have to reconnect with him at some point.
Yeah, I told Brian that we would once we get to the NFL playoffs, we'd bring him back in, and he was like, absolutely. So
I think that's awesome.
Other interviews coming up. We're going to talk to Cassie Malay again from Eastern Crime Zone,
running it back with Cassie.
Love talking to Cassie. We had a good time. A couple of shows with her, right? So we did
that's right. We did the crossover episode.
Yeah, the crossover episode. And it took her about a year to get over it, and to go see her therapist.
She had to get over the ADHD was too strong, and she said, "My goodness, talking to those guys, it's like my brain was in a blender, and it was their fault, which it was. We accept full responsibility."
And then we're looking to get the guys from Tennessee Backyard Wrestling on. And if you guys have never watched this, I'm telling you, it's fun stuff. Go watch it.
I'm super pumped, man.
I'm excited about that.
We just got the logistics right.
And then Donald Dunn and Donald talked to Donald, looking to get him on maybe even next week. He's a veteran. He was in, where was it at? Afghanistan? I think he was in Bosnia, Afghanistan, and something like. But so he started a couple of nonprofits now to help vets who are struggling, and my brother was in the military as well, so I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. So we're gonna talk to Donald too. So lots of doings coming up here in the next month or so on the Dave and Doc Podcast.
Boom, boom, boom,
live from your mother's basement.
I don't know, from a front room near you. Right? Man, we're surviving.
We are. We're
sickness and work and all the things, and it's cold. It's not as cold as it is in Denver. It's 24 in Denver.
I had some kind of crud or something last week too. I couldn't get it was.
I'm just trying not to get sick.
Everybody else in
my family's sick.
I don't know, my voice got all deep because I was talking like this, and then I lost my voice a couple times, which Lindsay was very happy about. That shitwad can't talk anymore. Awesome. But, yeah.
Not that she pays attention when you're talking.
No, she doesn't at all. No.
We won't, that's actually, we're going to put that out to the viewers. We want y'all to comment on this if you don't care. And this can be men and women. This is not gender biased, but I have a feeling how I know this is going to go. So if your spouse likes to do like 7 or 8 other things while you're trying to have a conversation. Yeah. And if you have kids, you don't have a lot of time to conversate.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. Comment on that and let us know how that works out for you, because we both have this happen where our wives are like doing 12 things at once. Now, I understand they've got to get things done and they only have a certain amount of time frame, but there's no way you can be paying attention to what we're trying to talk about. Do you feel that way? I'm like, there's no way, especially when the back is turned.
Well,
It's just like now you cannot. There's no way.
What I know, and this is I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but that's how I operate anyway.
And we're just rolling with it.
Let's just be honest here. Let's say there's 4 of us, right? Let's say it's you, me, and maybe our wives, right? Let's say there's 4 of us. Okay. 50% of that group actually has a job and leaves the house. Just saying.
I don't know what you're doing.
This is not. The other 50%.
Oh.
So I'm just saying.
Speaking of it being cold outside,
where I'm going to be living.
Speaking of the fact that we're both going to be out in the cold, everything's just going to rot off from boredom. Let's do some dad jokes about snow and winter and all kinds of that. How about that?
Let's do it.
Okay.
As this will be the last episode because Dave will be killed.
Right.
Yes.
What do you call a prom in the North Pole?
Hang on. What do you call a prom in the
North Pole?
There's a lot of things that are coming to mind, but I'm not going to say them.
That's right. That's right.
Wait.
Dip it in the snow and see what happens. A snowball.
Look at that. Yeah, like
right. Right. No, that was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
What kind of math do snowy owls do best?
What?
Algebra.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Who are the snowman's parents?
Snow Mama.
Mom and Popsicle. Snow Mama was pretty good though. That was good.
I'm a former broadcaster and comedy writer.
That's right. What did one snowman say to the other?
Fuck, it's cold. No, what?
Do you smell carrot?
Actually, what one snowman said to the other one when he stepped outside was, that's what he said.
And that brought the house down. That's it. How does a North Pole carpenter fix something broken?
How?
Igloos it together.
Well, I mean, of course he does. So bad. It's terrible.
Algebra.
And 20,000 of you listen to this shit every week. So I've been following the Adelson family drama, and I can't stop.
That you are hooked in, man.
Well, so Wendy Adelson's kind of hot, right?
Oh,
I think she's a psychopath, but
that's what I was going to say. Here you go again. You can't listen. Unstable at any level of hotness is not good.
Oh yeah, no, and
I don't. That's just not.
And in case you folks don't know, so there's a professor, Dan Markelson.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure it is.
Whatever.
Dan, not Markinson, because that was A Few Good Men.
That's true. Yeah. So Dan. Blah blah blah. Blah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know about
terrible.
it.
He got killed, but
right. This was bad. There was bad news. Bad things happened.
So he was married
he got killed.
He was married to the lovely Wendy Adelson, and they had 2 kids. And then things went south, and then they got a divorce. And so Wendy's parents wanted the grandkids and Wendy in South Florida, where they were from. Now they were living in Tallahassee, Knows. That's where they were, and they're both like, he was a professor and she was too, and they're both attorneys, right? Like they're both like, attorneys. So and so the parents offered Dan like $1 million for his trouble to move to South Florida, so Wendy could move there as well. And then, they're like, hey, you guys, if you guys aren't together, that's whatever. But like, we know Wendy can't move because of the kids, because you're in Tallahassee. Right. And Dan said, well, no, I don't want to do that. And then they killed him. So So
something about that just doesn't seem like a rational next step.
no, and so,
Your bribe didn't work.
Yeah,
we'll just kill him.
And so what happened? And so what happened is where we're at now, because it appears, and Charlie Adelson, Wendy's brother, just got convicted and went to jail for life, prison for life, because he apparently was involved in a contract killing of Dan.
Yes.
And thus far, Wendy has not been implicated in any of this. But Charlie's mom also just got arrested because the rumors were going around that they might be going after her too. They stopped her at the airport as she was leaving on a one-way ticket.
Oh,
friends, to another country.
How about that?
Kind of seems a little, guilty.
Fishy.
So she got arrested because what it looks like is...
Was it a non-extraditable country?
I'm sure it was.
I mean, right?
It's a family of lawyers and dentists. Actually, there are a couple of dentists in the dad and
those dadgum dentists.
The dad and
like Woody Harrelson said in Doc Hollywood, never trust a man put his hands in your mouth.
I love that movie, by the way. That was one of the greatest movies.
Good movie, isn't it?
Oh, Hottie McHotterson walking around naked, and Marty McFly is all
Michael J. Fox. Julie Warner.
Was that
Julie Warner.
Yeah. And she's peeing in the woods.
Yep, to make sure
stop.
to keep the deer from being shot.
Yeah, it's an interesting movie.
Right.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
It is. I thought it was a good movie too. It's a very good movie. That is the. So I went and saw that movie way back in the day because that was like 92.
Yeah.
And they called her Lou.
Yeah.
Which is funny. That's actually Laura's. Her mom calls her Lou because it was LEW were her initials. Laura Elizabeth Wells.
Oh.
And so yeah. And so anyway, Laura has not peed in a field, as best I know. Nor has she ever come walking out of the lake just butt naked.
Right. While you're sitting there in a
that
blanket.
would have worked, but none of that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a good movie.
It is.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
But yeah, Woody Harrelson. Bridget Fonda also in that movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So Charlie Adelson's in jail, and now the mom.
We got Doc Hollywood out of Charlie Adelson.
We got Doc Hollywood.
Those
he was kind of
dental people.
Well, he was, So
interesting that Wendy has not been implicated. I'm sure they're just tracking it,
Yeah.
I mean, they've got, there's just no way.
Yeah. I just can't stop watching it. I like watching the trial. I like watching the testimony.
You're obsessed with it.
I am. And they keep bringing Wendy back, so that makes me happy because she's kind of hot. So
unstable.
And she's crazy.
Unstable.
She's doing a lot of charity work.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
We've been doing the background check on her, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if she'd be on the show. That'd be great.
Unstable.
To interview.
No, we don't.
So,
need
Wendy,
that.
when you decided that your
that.
ex-husband should die, like, how did that go down?
Wait.
They even brought, like, one of her ex-boyfriends to testify. And he was talking about, like, he's like, well, she's really engaging and all this. But he said everything except just coming out and saying, she cray. I mean, that's...
all day.
Yeah, all day cray.
Yeah. We don't need that. I'm just saying.
That'd be a fun interview, though.
No.
It's like, we could interview
No,
her.
it would not.
Her and OJ in, like, the same
Oh,
episode.
my goodness, really?
OJ.
Really? No.
When you did it.
Oh, no, it's if. It's if.
Yeah.
It's only if.
If I did it.
If
He had that book that he wrote called If I Did It.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's stable, too.
Right. Oh, my goodness, folks.
So if you want to check any of that out, or if you've not been following it, Dave's got the scoop.
Yes.
Please feel free to reach out on that.
Yes.
He has all the
I'm
details.
all in on the Adelsons. All in.
I have not really followed it, kind of on the periphery. Just because it crazy is crazy.
Crazy
and
is
it
crazy.
doesn't really change, unfortunately. It just doesn't change.
Hey, we just got through Thanksgiving.
We did, and happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah,
and hope you had some good turkey and ham and dressing and whatever else you like to eat. Dan Orlovsky of ESPN had macaroni and cheese and Caesar salad, which is, I mean, you can have those, but that's not probably my first two takes for Thanksgiving. Anyway.
I generally don't like ham for the most part. Like, I just don't like it.
You don't like the
But
ham?
we did the honey baked ham this year,
yeah.
and it was really good.
Yeah, honey baked ham's delicious.
Had a hard time cutting the ham though. Like, I had a fork and I was trying to cut the ham, and like I couldn't. Like,
you could have had it pre-sliced. You could have.
Well, no, I mean, it was a slice of ham.
Oh, but you could.
But it was like I was trying to cut because I do smaller bites.
Oh yes,
Because I got the throat thing.
You do have the throat thing.
Yeah. So yes, I have a throat.
Yes, and you do have the stricture, and we've had to be stretched a couple times.
Yeah, and
probably headed that way,
and have the appointment to at least start talking about that anyway,
which is good.
Going to be good.
Which is good. Gonna establish some new physician-patient relationships.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not going to the dipshits that I was going to before. Like, we're done with that.
Moving on.
Because I don't like them.
Moving on. It's okay.
And I'm sure they're professionals.
There was another option.
They are professionals.
There are other options.
And there's associates.
There are.
And they're there.
That's right.
They're professional associates.
That's it.
What the hell is a professional associate? That sounds terrible. It's like, does that mean you're unemployed? You're a professional associate.
It's like they always say, somebody's, they might be, they're dating someone famous in Hollywood, and they might be, I don't know, they have modeled a little bit, but they really work as more of in customer service at a restaurant or something like that. And it says, well, they're a businesswoman, or they're a model and an aspiring actress, or actor, and it's like, it's cool. Y'all met at the coffee shop and hit it off, and it's okay.
An aspiring
it's
actor.
Okay. But that's what they do.
It's everybody who's not an actor.
They give them some inflated title. It's like, that's not really what you are.
But yeah, so I got the appointment coming up. How
was that?
So they haven't, they never spoke to me, right? Like this, it never happened.
In the new world, the humans.
And then all of a sudden, I get a text that says, "Hey, looking forward to seeing you in 2 days for your appointment." So I called and I said, "Hey there. Hey, this is Dave. You know how you didn't call me and talk to me and we didn't set this up? You just said, 'Hey, we'll see you in 2 days.' Well, I can't do that because
here's your appointment."
So, but yeah, I'm in January, into January. So, yeah.
But they didn't really call you to give you the initial.
No phone call, nothing. Just a text that said, "Hey, your appointment's coming up in 2 days. Bet you didn't know about that."
That is interesting. We've actually had this happen with some other referrals where people are like, "Oh no, well your staff can call the patient to confirm the appointment," and we said no. Folks. Our staff is quite busy taking care of all of the work that we have created.
Yeah.
And if you would like to keep getting referrals, you probably need to have somebody calling and confirming your appointments, or making sure that those dates work. The smart referral, different branches, they took care of that because they said, this large group that I'm a part of sends tons of business, not just my office, but other,
Sure.
And they said, "Oh, well, we need to fix that." Yes, you did, because we get you huge volumes.
Yeah.
So if we pull that volume, you would be very unhappy.
Yeah.
Anyway, but other people, I guess, maybe still just don't get it. I don't know, or they're understaffed and don't have anybody to do it. I mean, that can happen.
Or they
too.
just, you get
Never thought I'd see the day where healthcare, just like any other, just shorthanded. We were going to, I shouldn't say that. We knew there was going to be a doctor shortage, but it's every level from, administrative assistant to, folks that do the scheduling. It's everything. And it used to be, we would need a nurse, med assistant, whatever. And you'd have 100 people apply. Now, not all those people are they're not necessarily qualified.
Yeah.
But you'd have at least half of those applicants that were.
Yeah.
And it's like, gosh, we've got a great, just pool here of at least, 40 to 50 people to pick from. Now it's like you might have 2.
Yeah.
And then you might go through the whole process and then they just don't even show up.
Do you think that some offices, though, it's a, how do I say it? Like the people that I'm going to go see, like for the gastro stuff, you think they have so many patients, they're kind of flippant about it? Like, so it's like,
that's a good question.
So it's kind of like McDonald's back in the day, right? McDonald's was the busiest place on earth forever.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, McDonald's started losing money because people were like, oh, God, this is terrible.
Right.
Because McDonald's got to the point where they just didn't care. They're like, oh, people are just going to keep showing up. And then the people said, yeah, we're not. And then McDonald's like, oh, shit, everything's $1.
I think that always happens. When you get such a large market share, it's inevitable that you're going to start losing it.
Yeah.
Because it's impossible to keep that going.
Yeah.
Without aggressively, ramping up your workforce or making some changes to adapt. Now, here's the thing. Even when that happened to McDonald's, and you see this because McDonald's has survived all these things, and you're seeing some of these smaller restaurant chains declaring Chapter 11, and McDonald's, it's never going to happen to McDonald's. But even when that happened, they still recognize, well, we're still doing super awesome, but now we do have to adapt and bring it back. I think sometimes in these cases, like specialists and whatnot, you don't have the staff to bring it back.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can advertise, hey, we're going to do something different. Because no, we do the same stuff because that's what we do. And so yeah, I think losing market share is inevitable. Because you just can't maintain that forever. And I mean,
it's like you when you started in private practice. Like if you lost a patient, you'd be, oh, well, I lost a patient. And I don't mean when I say lost a patient, folks. Let me level set. I don't mean they died.
No, they fired me. They basically fired me. Right.
But now, I mean, I don't know how many patients you got, like 2,000 or something. But I mean, we know who your favorite, your favorite one is.
No doubt.
It's probably Lindsay. No. So. But now, I mean, if somebody just said, "Yeah, I'm not coming to you anymore," you'd be like, "Okay."
I think here's what I had to learn about that. When I started, I actually had to dismiss quite a few patients, and this is not violating some trust, or whatever. Folks had non-compliance, or there were other things that were going on that we discovered about them. Maybe they were taking something they shouldn't be taking or whatever. So fired a lot of people. I mean, in 2 years, I probably fired, it was probably close to 350 people.
Wow. Really? That many?
Yeah. So
how did I make the cut?
It was a lot.
What the hell's wrong with you? What kind of quality operation are you running there? How am I still there? Because the first time we met, I thought it was awesome that you pointed out the plug was kind of hanging out, which we've since fixed. Yes.
And I mean, we just had a great time cutting up and laughing.
That's true.
And so it was all good. And so that was perfect. And then obviously, I see you, I see extended family of yours also. And it's just, that's
Sorry
what
about that.
What it's good. No, it's great. It's been great.
I apologize.
I think now what happens is when it happens, you're still kind of like, God, that kind of stinks. But when you really look at it, because I've had people fire me, and it does. Yeah. It's unfortunate. But when you look at it, you're like, gosh, we never really hit it off,
Yeah.
And so it now versus 10 years ago, it makes I feel bad. Like if it depends on the circumstance, but usually it's just, hey, we didn't really hit it off.
Yeah.
My wife sees so-and-so at another office. I'm just going to go over there or whatever. And I'm like, I get that. It's, we still continue to take care of people as best we can, but you do sit there and don't worry about it as much because I'm also like, well, I'm seeing more people than necessarily what the sweet spot is, you know what I mean? Because there's such a demand. So it's not, I don't think it's hurting anybody. That's the good news.
Can I tell you why people might fire you?
Yes.
I'll give you 2 reasons. Okay. The first one.
Just 2? That's pretty good.
It. No,
this is good.
The first one is that effing TV in the waiting room. That's terrible. I mean, that is from Walmart in like circa 2002. Okay, like that's got to go away. Like, and listen, if you need a few bucks, doctor, I'll be happy to spring for it. The wires are like hanging down. It's like, come on.
I didn't have any.
Oh, this is off. I'm sure your OCD is much like mine. And
I don't go out there for that reason,
right? Because it would drive you nuts.
I do go out there because sometimes I just want to make sure.
And your IT folks like stuck the wireless thing, like it's in a bad spot. The whole thing's wrong. Like all I need is a weekend. That's all I need: a key to the joint and the weekend, and I can knock it all out. But the other reason that people might fire you is because you don't have that narcotics vending machine. And I've read that those are pretty popular.
Swipe here, right? Credit card or cash. Yeah. That's it. Either way,
$1 a pill.
That's it, dude. That's true. That's true.
Little spring-loaded thing just drops the.
Those people be shaking the machine. It ain't my Percocet.
But you know what? You're right though, because like some people like different types of doctors, right? I like interacting not just with doctors, but with anyone who has a sense of humor,
right? And
understands that I see things. You know, I have a pretty warped sense of humor at times, and like,
right.
You know, so and you know. But like my dad, for example, like he wanted to go to doctors that were 150 years old,
right?
You know, and they could barely move.
Right.
Dr. Scott in Virginia. Dr. Scott.
I love it.
He's no longer with us, Dr. Scott.
Sorry.
I remember when Dad was seeing him, and Dad was probably in his 40s, I guess. And Dr. Scott looked like he should have been dead, you know, a decade ago. Yeah. And, you know, and again, we were just talking about this. Like, he was one of those doctors, like many doctors, is, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you. Here's some pills. You know what's funny? I felt bad. He gave me these pills. Now I feel good.
What are they? I have no idea.
You realize the bone is still sticking out of your leg, right? Yeah, but, you know, F it, right?
This thing's called a Quaalude, and I feel great.
I took 6 of those, and I was like... Oh, shit! So I mean, I think you're right though. I think that like different people have different tastes in doctors,
and I think that's true.
Whatever.
That's true.
I would rather have a doctor like you who would be comfortable enough to look at me and say, "Dude, listen, you're unhealthy as shit. Get your shit together." That's what I mean. That's what I need. Like I need. I mean, you know that, right? I mean, it's like.
No, I think I get that, and you know, I think you do. I think you as you know, because. Patients, families, you know, kind of same mindset. That's you know, people. That's who gets attracted to come to the practice and establish, and that's what we enjoy is building those relationships. Sometimes you just don't get that, and you know, the thing that I work the hardest, and I know my colleagues do. You work your hardest to treat everybody the same. You know what I mean in terms of what's going on, trying to figure out what's wrong and all that. And if you do that. Then at the end of the day, if somebody you know says, "Hey, you know, I'm going to go see somebody else," it also doesn't bother me because I'm like, well, you know, no matter what, I'm still going to do my very best for you because that's what we're supposed to do, and that's not blowing bullcrap. It really isn't. I mean, it's important. That's what we do, and that is in our oath. And so I think that helps too, as I've come further down my journey now, because I mean I've been practicing for 13 years now, and so I think that helps a lot as well, just to be able to say, well, no, I was still doing the right things. We just didn't ever quite hit it off. And like I said, now I particularly notice it. I'm like, you know, and it happens. It's interesting. I think that we had some more of that personality conflict, but I also took over for a physician when I started. And you know, a lot of those people, like I said, we had to dismiss them, but also some people never even came to me because they just they didn't think we would hit it off. And so there was probably more of that. Now it happens very few and far between now, but when it does, I'm like, you know, we never really did hit it off. Yeah. And I totally get it. So, you know, if you go see somewhere else. Now it's interesting because the thing I also have happen now is people go somewhere else and then they want to come back. Yeah. Even though we didn't really hit it off. And I mean, and I'm like, that's interesting. We didn't necessarily hit it off personality wise, but I get that where people are like, well, the grass wasn't necessarily greener because we really did appreciate what all you were trying to do for us in the thoroughness, because that's not always the
narcotics
case.
vending machine was broken.
And we put that and the vending machine was broken at the other place. So there you go. That's it. We'll get off that topic but they needed to call you. It's going to be it'll be good though. It'll be good. You'll get taken care of. We'll be in good shape.
I think I don't know who I'm going to go see, but when I sit down, I'm like, so can we talk about narcotics right away? Like, that's what I want to talk about.
I need him to not get stuck in my throat.
Right. Okay. That's where
it needs to
at.
go down into the tum-tum.
And like
so it can dissolve, and
I'm
I can
snorting stuff, but I feel like
that's
a bad idea.
Right. Yes. My sinus cavity's starting to erode away. I can stick my finger all the way up through. It's bad. It's very bad.
But yeah, so that's coming up in January.
Get you fixed.
Getting that. I'm going to have a tube going in both directions at the same time. Just going to push it from the top down. Right out your ass.
Can you tell what I'm thinking?
Actually, that would be bad, because then they got to bring it. They would have to bring it back up.
That's correct.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way.
No.
Just make sure. Say, listen. If you don't change the camera out, I request that you do the top first.
Yes. Yes. I want to see video of you watching this before you do that.
It'll be a special appearance.
Well, the other place was like, it's like an assembly line. Mm-hmm. They just had you lined up.
Oh yeah.
Get number 3 in, number 4 in. And dude just showed up shoving shit up your ass, or, down your throat. And the doctor, that dude, I don't know how much money he's actually pocketing per procedure, but the volume is there.
Keep in mind, he's got a lot of partners too. So there's a lot of people running through there.
Yeah, jackasses, bunch of assholes. What a bunch of. Really? Like.
Now I will say this: there are other providers in that practice that do an excellent job. So I think you just ran up against the wrong folk.
When you tell me that I'm canceling stuff when that never took place,
right? That's a problem.
That's like, come on.
That's a problem. It's a problem. I know
it is.
On to greener pastures. On to other browner things. Squishy cookie.
I'm sorry, Doc. I'll shit in your floor. I'm awful sorry.
Break your gag reflex. That's it.
That's right. It's nothing I enjoy more than being on my side with a guy telling me he was going to put me to sleep, and they stick a piece of plastic in my mouth and then say, "Hey, while you're asleep, we're going to stick this tube down your throat."
Yes.
I wonder what else they did to me. I was pregnant when I left. It was weird. How that happened? Like, how could that be?
That's it. Anyway,
Jarbidge, Nevada.
Wait, there's no segue for that.
No,
and I did ask you. I was like, "Are you sure it's not garbage?" And you were like, "No,
no, it is
Jarbidge. No,
it's not Jarbidge.
Jarbidge.
It's Jarbid.
And so we're gonna. Sorry, I got the cart before the horse. And why did you look this up?
I'm
falling off the screen.
I was.
Look, I'm two-faced. Look.
Look at you. Look at you.
Anyway,
I could do that. Well, I'd have to go.
You can't.
Yeah.
I know. It's like...
But so I was watching Asian porn. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm completely joking. No. So I was
Swedish.
One of the things, right? It was Swedish. Come on, Asian. Come on. No, so I was one of the things that I do because I have a hard time sleeping is so when I go to bed,
We've talked about this.
Yeah, so I'll go to bed sometimes and I'll grab the iPad and I'll watch some videos, just kind of level set, and calm down,
kind of decompress.
And so I watch random shit, and there's this person, I forget her name. I'm going to call her Gretchen because I don't know what her name is. But so Gretchen travels around to obscure places and spends time there or whatever. And she said, "Hey, I'm going to Jarbidge," and I'm like, "Where the F is Jarbidge? What is that?" and it's this town in Nevada.
Okay.
I think it's in northern Nevada. I'm not sure.
Jarbidge.
And there's only 18 people that live there year round.
What?
18 people.
I'm looking this up.
Yeah. And 18 people that live there. And so, they've got like a little hotel that's got like probably 3 rooms or something. There's like a restaurant. There is a gas station.
It's in Elko County.
Yeah. So, and on her way there, like again, like the last 100 miles or something, like to get there, or maybe the last.
Oh, it's like right there in Ohio.
Or
Idaho.
Same difference.
Captain Geography strikes again.
Yes.
Wow, look at that.
Idaho, Idaho.
It's near Auwahee, Duck Valley Reservation.
Yeah.
Oh my. All right, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. So no, right. So it is. It's a tiny little town, and
18 people.
18 people live there year round, and other people like visit. But the interesting thing is that the like there's, I mean, like UPS and FedEx delivers. Like on her way there, she was like doing a documentary like on her way there, and like she passed a UPS.
Oh, it means devil in the Shoshone language.
Does it really? Jarbidge?
Yeah, Shoshone.
El Diablo.
How about that? Keep going.
But yeah, so it's a tiny little town, and now I want to go. I want to go to Jarbidge.
It was one of the last gold rushes in the Old West, and instantly was the site of the last stagecoach robbery in 1916.
Yeah, that's still what they use there, stagecoach. I'm just kidding. No, but the people that live there, like, and again, there's no hospital, right? So like,
dude,
yeah, so you're like driving, like,
don't get sick.
No, yeah. But it's like, and in talking to the people there, as she was.
Wow.
And like there was, and again, only 18 people there. And they're like, yeah, we all know each other. We're all friends.
I'm easily amused by this.
And and they're like, it's one of those places where like if you break down on the side of the road, like there's always somebody to help. And it's the kind of place that honestly, that's where I'd like to live. I mean, I'm being honest.
No, man, because if something bad happened to you, you're doomed.
Yeah, just,
Oh, the endangered bull trout is there. Strictly catch and release only, though.
Bull trout.
Bull trout. I am the bull trout. You can catch me.
But you gotta release me.
But gotta release me. Because I am endangered. Right? Is the road to Jarbidge paved?
No, it's dirt. It's a dirt road.
Oh my God, it is a dirt road.
It's all the way there. It's a dirt road.
Oh, no.
Oh, listen, I did my research on Jarbidge.
Do you fish? We could go fishing. I'm not a big fisherman.
I'm not either, but I mean,
Look at this.
I just want to go there. Like, I just want to go there. Maybe I'll throw some video up for the folks.
Don't advertise it. Somebody will come out there and try to kill us or something. Not that I'm paranoid. How about that?
Yeah, a little tiny town.
Boom shakalaka. It is. It's a dirt road.
It's a dirt road. Mm-hmm. Isn't that wild?
Dave.
I want to go to Jarbidge.
And who was Gretchen?
It's Gretchen McHotterson. I don't know her.
What is it with all these women living in their like?
Oh shit! I don't know.
Prius and they're just like traveling the world.
It's
and
flipping crazy.
And they're like attractive, and I don't understand what's going on.
She's hot. She's got a dog, and she just like travels places in her like RV or whatever. And it's like, you got some? I mean, come on, what's going on? Here's the other thing I don't like about those, because a lot of people do this, right? Like where they're like, van living or whatever. They're like, well, I'm cut away from, society or whatever. I'm like, not really. I mean, you're posting shit on YouTube every 5 minutes.
Right.
Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like that, but yeah.
We'll go to Jarbidge.
Crazy hot people.
We'll go to Jarbidge.
Doing this. Yeah, we should go to Jarbidge.
The Outdoor Inn.
Yeah.
The local restaurant, bar, hotel, RV park.
Yeah. Right.
Johnny No Thumbs fireworks. Woo, woo, woo.
Happy ending massages. It's all there. It's all there. It's all there. Can you imagine, like, if you got upset with somebody there and like had a fight with somebody?
That would be terrible.
Like, I mean, you just couldn't live there anymore.
No. But what would you do? Because you're socially isolated. So I mean, where are you going to go?
I mean, how do people have?
A wee.
How do people have affairs there? Right? Like, because I mean, you You can't keep that stuff secret anyway, let alone with 18 people.
That is disturbing.
Did you hear what Johnny did? What do you mean, did I hear? He lives beside of me in the 2 houses that are here. I watched him do it. Did I hear? You think they have an HOA?
Right. Don't park your car on the street. Don't park your car on the street.
Yeah,
Jarbidge.
The guy was talking about he's like, yeah, I mean, we don't have there's no police officers here. He's like, there's no crime. It's like there's only 18 of us. It's
Jarbidge.
Yeah,
not garbage.
How great would that be to live in a little town, leave your door open,
Until one day,
evil
sets foot in Jarbidge.
Friday the 13th, part 21.
I don't leave my door open. I'm just gonna tell you that, and it ain't unlocked.
Oh,
ever.
Well, we don't leave it open. I mean, I guess I would have. Ours is unlocked a lot of times.
Tell you something. I lived in Memphis.
Oh, well, you can't do it.
And I worked in Detroit, and I lived outside Detroit, and my doors are never unlocked.
No,
and that will never change. And
I like to leave the door open and lay in the living room naked, just in case, and see what happens. Face down, ass up.
That's the way we like to.
That's what I like to do. So somebody can walk in and go.
I was going to say,
yeah.
Chelsea ever walked in on you while you've got that going on?
That'd be the last time she ever.
I would say that might take your relationship to a different level.
She walks in.
That might take.
I went over to say.
Oh!
I went over to see. I went over to see Paxton, and Dave was face down, ass up in the floor. I like to turn the ceiling fan on. I like the breeze.
Your nuts can air dry, right? Oh my gosh!
I'm naked right now.
Helicopter man.
From the waist down, I'm naked.
Sporting a chub. It's okay.
I had to put my pants on. It's the weekend. Why do I have to wear pants?
Right.
So
it's cold outside.
So we did.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So we did a little dinner last week. Even though both of us felt like garbage, not Jarbidge.
Little dinner.
But
winter dinner.
So we had reservations.
Was it a couple's dinner?
It was just us.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah. So
look at you.
So we went. So we had reservations for Chesapeake's.
Yes.
Right. So we liked it, and we liked the one downtown, the
original.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm just not hip enough to go to the one.
I understand.
Other one. I'm just not.
I understand. No, I get it.
So
I like the one.
The problem was there was a University of Tennessee game.
Yes.
And so there was no parking.
Yes.
We could not find anywhere to park around Chesapeake's. And we had this reservation, and we're driving around in circles. The garages are all full. Chesapeake's parking lot, which is only supposed to be for Chesapeake's, was full. And so we're like, we're not going to be able to go to Chesapeake's, right? And so we ended up just going to Ruth's Chris. We just drove and just went on.
You're kidding.
No, so we went to Ruth's Chris. Yeah. And because they have valet parking there, like they'll find a spot.
Right. Yes, that's right. Look at you, so smart.
Oh yeah. So we went there and did the.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Did you get the $89 seafood tower because you were missing your Chesapeake's?
I did not, but I did look at we talked about the seafood tower, and the larger one is like $150.
Oh, there you go. See, I didn't know that.
They have a large one.
Okay, I didn't know
the large one. It's
the large dog
with 2 live lobsters that fight to the death. No, it's
so you get dinner and a show.
That's
cool.
No, I did the fillet. I did the petite fillet.
Yep, very good. The petite fillet.
The petite fillet.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the bone-in fillet? It's pretty delicious.
I have not, but I bet it's good.
Yeah.
The petite fillet, of course. I mean, everything there is always just, perfect.
Right. True. True.
We did the creme brulee, and then we did the spicy shrimp appetizer, and then we got the lobster mac and cheese for
sweet.
Yeah,
sweet.
Which is, again, it's lobster mac and cheese. It's great. But ended up at the Ruth's Chris, and they took care of us there.
It's a full experience.
We were like, hey, we were going to eat at Chesapeake's, but we came here.
That's right. Don't be in a hurry.
No,
because it's a dining experience.
It is. Yes.
The last time I ate there, we went with friends, and we were going to the Journey concert. And, and it was quite the experience until we realized, it's getting a little bit closer, and the garages are full, and we caught the last bus from the ag campus to the arena.
Yeah.
Worked out fine. Got to see a little bit of Toto before Journey came on, so it was good.
Hold the line.
That's right. That's right.
Love isn't always on time.
That's right. Are you ready for the song? That's how
Of course.
When they finished it. He said, so are you ready for the song?
And see, that's not even my favorite Toto song. Hold the Line's my favorite one.
I know. No, they have a.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's the...
And interestingly, several people said that they thought actually Toto did better. But anyway, is what it is.
Journey
but
with
man, the Ruth's is delicious.
It is, yeah.
The Ruth's is delicious.
Yeah.
And they do have valet parking. So
yeah, Steven, I was telling Steven about it. Like, yeah, then we had to go to Ruth's Chris instead because we couldn't get Chesapeake. And Steve's
It's
like,
a hard day.
I'm a broke college student. Thanks. Thanks,
hard
Dad.
day. It's a hard day.
Yeah, he's like, you know what gourmet I had today? I wrapped some Bacos up in a pancake.
That's right. Put some mozzarella cheese on it and some ranch dressing. And then I had ramen for dinner. That's it.
Right? So a couple of sports related items here. And I'm just going to kind of like let you.
Speaking of fancy dining, I'm
going to let you run with this one because I know how you love you some Jim Irsay, the guy who ran Peyton Manning out of town. And
how's that working out for them?
Yeah, not great.
No,
not great.
No,
because Andrew Luck didn't even want to play anymore.
The curse.
Like,
yeah, because I mean, Von Miller lacerated his kidney.
Yeah,
I mean,
I heard that's painful.
Probably. I'm going to go with it's highly likely.
Yeah.
Right. He just got beat to death.
Yeah.
Beat to death.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway.
But Jim Irsay had some comments that you sent to me, but I'm going to let you roll with this. And
so, you know, speaking of, I'm sure he's eating at Ruth's Chris
before you get started.
St. Elmo's in Indy.
Before you get started,
which is delicious.
Before you get started,
sorry,
real quick.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry. I'm interrupted. It's one of the
late breaking news.
No. One of the things that people always say that they love about the show is like when I get on a rant because like I famously talked about ESPN.
Yes,
and you know other people like
the furniture store,
in
Knoxville with wholesale prices.
Fuckers.
I mean, lots of things.
But like, and so like me getting on a rant, that's cool. I actually love it more when you get on a rant and. And when we're talking Jim Irsay, you sent me that, and I'm like, I'm very excited about this.
My whole facial expression. Let me tell you something, okay? So number one, what a jackass! This guy, you know, he. You want to talk about somebody who just had everything handed to him, privileged? I mean, really. And you know you got rid of one of the greatest quarterbacks. I didn't say the greatest because we're not going to have that debate today. But you cannot argue one of the greatest in the history of the NFL. I mean, 5-time MVP, 2-time Super Bowl champ.
I'd say you put him in the top 5.
You know, yes, I agree. Changed a lot of the things the way the quarterback position is viewed now because he was the first to kind of do it because they were like, holy shit, this Peyton Manning is incredible.
Yes.
You know, but this guy, so, you know, recall he's a drug addict.
Yeah.
He's an alcoholic. I'm sure he's a womanizer and all the things, you know, he looks awful all the time.
He does. Yeah.
You know, he's got that weird memorabilia collection because, you know, everybody can just drop $250,000 for, you know, Sandy Koufax's toe cheese, right? You know, but I have it in my museum because I am so special and this is why I'm valued at where I'm valued. So he brings up when he got arrested. Hey, dumbass, don't do that because you'll know why? Because you deserve to be arrested. You had drugs and cash and firearms in your car running around impaired in the city of Indianapolis. And you're an owner of a professional sports team.
Yeah.
Number one, why? You don't need to do this. Then we're going to bring it back up. And he says, listen, let me pull it up. This is his quote. Okay, I didn't make this up. Okay,
because this happened back in like 2000.
this was 2014 that he got her. Yes, driving while intoxicated. He had drugs in the car, money, and I think he had guns.
3 dead hookers.
I mean, he probably did, and they probably covered that part of. You want to know why? Because he's a rich white billionaire.
Yes.
You know, and so he says, if I'm just the average guy down the block, they're not putting me in. Of course not. I'm prejudiced against because I'm a rich white billionaire.
Let me tell you something.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. That guy, no, I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that to him.
No, I know.
The fact that, and he said, I don't care how it sounds. Well, you should, because you just proclaimed what people have been screaming in the world for forever. This dude, they wouldn't have taken the average man. Yes, they would have. You know what the difference is? They wouldn't have just made bond on the way into the place. They'd have had to sit in the clink for probably a week waiting on a damn the public defender, and you plea it down with your rich lawyers that you paid a fortune, and you bought your way out of it.
It's so funny to hear anyone.
It's just crap. I mean, of course it's because but they didn't pull you over because you're a rich white billionaire. You got out of it because you're a rich white billionaire.
And again, of all
and
the
you
people,
suck, and you effed your team up forever. Suck forever, Jim Irsay. That's what I say again. Suck forever because you're a piece of shit.
I mean,
Come on, man.
What's funny is
they're not bringing me in. I have drugs and I can't stop. Drugs and money and a gun, and I'm impaired. Oh no, they wouldn't have brought me in if I wasn't a rich white bitch. Really? I mean, you're crazy. You're still doing drugs, probably. You just haven't gotten, busted yet. No, man, and I mean. No, suck forever.
Racism exists, right? And we know that, but I've never heard that if you're a white billionaire,
you are not in touch with the universe. No, you're not. Wow, dude. Wow.
I'm a white billionaire.
Got mad. This guy, I'm telling you.
I killed 6 hookers. I was drunk as shit.
I mean,
I had pills
really,
all over my car.
This guy, no, man. I mean that.
I'm just imagining the police officer that pulled him over and looked in his car. It's like, dude, come on. You're not giving me anything to work with here.
Right. It's like you realize that, number one, you're bombed out of your mind. There's open drugs, booze, whatever was in there, and a big old bunch of money and guns, as I recall. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It's like you have all this just laying out in your car.
Was it a Porsche?
And I
just wondering.
It's been so long.
I don't know. I don't know what he had.
I don't think it was a Porsche. I think it was probably like a Bentley or something.
Yeah.
But but still. You're impaired while you're driving. I have friends in law enforcement. It's their job to pull you over, you dumbass.
Because you're going to kill somebody.
I mean, because you're going to kill somebody, and are you going to have any remorse over it? No. You'll know why? Does anybody else want to know why? Because you're a rich white billionaire.
That's right.
That's all I have to say.
But is he a good owner of the NFL?
No, he's not. It sucked forever because you cut Peyton Manning because he had 4 neck surgery and you thought he was garbage.
Yeah.
Flew him out the back door like he was nothing.
Then he went to 2 Super Bowls.
Doo-doo squat before he started, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, wow.
That team went from no one giving a shit about Indianapolis to being
all the things he did for the
franchise.
city. All the things. I mean, then you build him a statue because that's going to make up for it.
Yeah, of course. Right.
Guess what? There's not going to be a statue of you when your sorry ass dies.
You think there's hookers and drugs in that statue? I bet there is.
No, those are at his other house. Hate that guy, man. Hate that guy.
Speaking of hatred.
Yeah, you can't recover from that.
No, speaking of hatred.
Can't recover from that.
ESPN.
They just go together. You know what? He might as well just get him a big contract with ESPN. He can be on their shows and doing all the things.
Let me tell you something about
Pat McAfee get a piece of him. I bet Pat McAfee'd like to say some nice. I'm sure he'd probably have to kiss his butt now because ESPN's paying him $85 million. But there ain't no way.
So
who has ever said anything positive about Jim Irsay? Who? Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
How many people say positive things about Peyton Manning? Oh, pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he didn't get caught with freaking impaired driving with drugs and guns and money in the car.
I think even if he did, we'd still be okay with it.
Probably so.
He just seems like a good dude. I don't know.
Yeah, right?
He and Eli need to stop doing that stupid shit on Monday night. But outside of that, that shit's just...
Did you see the one, though? Where...
I don't ever watch it.
Oh, you missed it. So they were calling out like audibles at the line, and he was doing like hand signals. Did we talk about this?
No.
So he was doing all these things. So Eli would call one out, and Peyton would say, "Okay, this is it. We're going to do a 10-yard in route or whatever."
Yeah.
And so at the end, Eli goes, "Junk and tripod, junk and tripod," and Peyton goes, "We're not going to demonstrate those. Both very excellent signals, though." I mean, that was awesome. And they didn't get any trouble because they're just being fun. It's just fun.
I don't like it because you're just, I mean.
I get it.
It's just ESPN and it just, ESPN is just, they're a bunch of whores, right?
Well,
that's what they are. They're a bunch of whores. And I hate ESPN. And here's my newest reason to hate ESPN. First 5 weeks of the NFL season. First 5 weeks of the NFL season, we're arguing about, is Brock Purdy the next Joe Montana? First of all, let me answer that question. He's not. There's one Joe Montana, and that's Joe Montana.
True. However, look at his numbers. Holy crap!
His numbers are great. Let's say
they were saying he is. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so amped up. I'm interrupting. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
No. So
because they were saying he was for dead earlier in the season. Again, they were like, "Oh, they figured him out." No, they haven't. Shut up.
And that's the thing. It's like, so ESPN went from like saying this guy's the next Joe Montana, he's going to be the MVP and everything. Then they lost 3 straight games, and they're like, "Yeah, he's been exposed. He's just not that good."
Yes, which is garbage.
And now, they came back and they beat the shit out of Jacksonville. They just beat the shit out of the Seahawks last night. The other night.
Last night.
Whatever. No, Thursday night. Oh,
yeah, yes, it was Friday yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Grief.
Right. So they beat the Seahawks 31-13. Actually kept them out of the end zone completely offensively. They had a ball that got tipped twice and a pick six.
Yes.
And so now he's the greatest quarterback in the NFL again. And it's like when I hear ESPN talking about anybody at this point, I'm just like, guys, I'm so, and again, I do my best not to listen to them. Like, I really do. But like, particularly like Stephen A., like one day Brock Purdy's the greatest quarterback, in the NFL. And the next day.
And then the boom. Right.
And it's like, you guys don't even care about the sport. You don't care. They just don't care. It's all about like trying to promote their own show and their own thing.
Right. And kind of like people like the Rants.
Yeah. I mean,
you especially like this.
Of
course, if I had damaged the Shure SM7B mic, we would have been in deep doo-doo. Yeah. Anyway, but I didn't. It's okay.
These are expensive microphones, folks.
This is a good mic.
But I just, it's
no, because they don't care
all,
about the actual fundamentals of the sport.
It's just so unwatchable at this point. And like you and I were just watching a little bit of ESPN.
We were waiting for game day to come on.
And these two fucking yahoos on there, like I don't even know who they are.
Fire 'em Up was the end segment, and I was like, "Who are these guys?"
Yeah,
one guy totally had manscaped eyebrows. I mean, I'm talking like big time. It wasn't like, I mean, you can't listen to me. You can't do a fade on an eyebrow unintentionally. I'm sorry, brother had a fade.
What's the things the girls do where they do the? Where they like to do the...
Oh, you think I know what that's called?
I don't know what it's called.
Like an extension?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's like they take like eyeliner and kind of go up or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that.
Is that supposed to be like some kind of kinky thing?
I mean, it's every girl I see looks the same way now.
Does that?
Yeah.
That's not true. You've been brainwashed or something.
Well, I do visit a lot of...
you've eaten too much of that.
prostitutes.
You've eaten too much of that Chinese buffet down there. It's messed your head up. See, he's still sick.
Happy ending.
That's right.
It was a happy ending.
Me love you a long time.
Love you a long time. What's wrong with your eyes?
Stop. I know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is.
Anyway, that's what I should. But that's what those guys like. That's what it reminded me. Like they were just like these. I don't know. ESPN is just complete. I mean, it's just it's a total pile of shit now. It's a total pile of shit.
It's bad. It's bad.
And if College Game Day,
it's bad.
Like when Lee Corso dies, and it's going to happen because God knows he's old, and I love Lee Corso.
He 88 or 89.
I don't know.
I mean, he's
old. And when Lee Corso dies, I just think that show should just go away. Like I just.
You think they should just retire it?
Yeah, I think they should. Because I'm probably not going to watch anymore after that.
Yeah, I like Herbie though.
I do. I like Herb Street. I like Chris Fowler. I like Reese.
Hate Chris Fowler. Don't.
Oh, I know. You hate the Chris. I know you hate the Chris Fowler.
Now you've done it again. No, I get it.
He's a good broadcaster.
Best thing that ever happened was him getting off of that show and letting Reese Davis come in there and do the show.
Yeah,
I actually think he's much better. He's not as smug as I find Chris Fowler to be.
He wanted to do that. Like that was his thing.
No, I know. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I mean that was going to be his show forever, but he wanted to start doing the commentary. And after they fired Brent Musburger, I'm sorry. They didn't re-sign Brent Musburger. They fired his ass. They demoted him and then fired his ass. Brent Musburger, one of the greatest broadcasters of all time. They just, we don't want. Yeah, we're just not going to re-up you. And then he went to Vegas with all of his whores and.
Some of that Niagara.
Yeah,
take that little blue pill.
He's the play-by-play voice now of the Vegas Raiders.
How about that?
Yeah. And just I don't know. I love Brent Musburger, like I always have, and like I think he's a great broadcaster. And like ESPN basically just said, yeah, we don't like some of the things.
Didn't ABC? But don't you think that was an ABC conspiracy thing? Because didn't ABC have a thing out for him before ABC and ESPN kind of?
Well,
wasn't there some kind of thing where they didn't really like him?
So he said something on. He said a couple of things on air that I thought were hilarious. He was talking about what's the guy's AJ McCarron's girlfriend, who was like Miss Alabama, like she was a beauty pageant.
Winner won. She won the
gorgeous.
thing.
Yeah, and she's gorgeous. And he said something about her being gorgeous or whatever.
He did.
He got in trouble for that.
He did.
Then there's these two girls that used to go to all the home Florida State games.
Jen Starger and somebody.
Yeah, and they were always on camera, and like they showed them like during a Miami Florida State game, and Brett said 20,000 red-blooded American men just decided to go to the University of Florida State or something like that. I don't know.
Florida State University.
Yeah, whatever.
FSU.
Yeah. So,
which they did. That probably wasn't a lie.
So, I mean, again.
Do you think that was a lie?
No. I wanted to go there too, but I was too old.
You didn't have any eligibility
I'm
left.
like, whoo.
You didn't have any eligibility.
Let me go there. I could have met Wendy Adelson. I could have met Wendy Adelson.
You could have. You ended up getting harassed.
And then I'd have been killed.
Brett Favre, Jen Starger, and Brett Favre. Supposedly Brett Favre harassed her. Do you know that?
Well, he sent
with the Jets.
Well, he sent a picture of his pecker, right? It was the Packers' pecker.
Right.
Waka waka. But yeah, he was sending pictures of his pecker. Like, here's my pecker.
He's got problems. Anyway, keep going. Back to the
he does.
Financial fraud and infidelity.
Yeah. And then, it's, here's my pecker.
Right.
Which, I mean, I do that all the time, just to random people. Here's my pecker.
Sometimes you just got to let them know.
Sometimes it's like, you know what I got? Here it is. I'm proud of this.
Come out blazing.
Yeah. I was just you just wonder if anyone ever sends one of those pictures. You said like a dick pic, and the girl comes back with, that's it? That'd be the last one you ever send. You're like, okay, no more.
It's like, well, there it is.
That's it. I'm going to delete these pictures.
Dang it. It was cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside.
I was in the pool. George Costanza. But yeah, so like, this whole gamut with Brock Purdy, right? And here it is, right? Kyle Shanahan has a very quarterback-friendly offense. Brock Purdy is making some really good throws.
You still have to execute.
Yeah. So it's like, do I think he's the next?
Everybody's already forgot about Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy was not bad.
No.
But Brock Purdy is better than Jimmy.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's better than Trey Lance.
Yeah. And it's like, I just don't.
Players still have to execute.
Yeah.
Still have to execute. I'm just saying.
I'm like, okay, so he's not any good and he's a system quarterback. Okay. So when he's not good and he has like a bad game, then why are we surprised? But like, not ESPN. Oh no.
Right.
Fucking ESPN. Those I just want to beat the shit out of Disney in general, right? I just want to start at the top and just beat the shit out of everybody at Disney. Because it's like, guys, listen, you guys used to be about Mickey effing Mouse and good fun stuff. Get your head out of your ass. Understand that not everybody in the world is gay. Everybody's not gay. They're not. You know how I know? I'm not gay. And I'm a person. You're not gay, and you're a person. You and I had sex that one time. But that was, you know.
Apparently, it was like your brother Jerry. Well, I was intoxicated.
I was pretty intoxicated.
I sat on my lap.
What was I supposed to do? I was heat pumping it.
That's it.
But no, but Disney thinks everyone is gay.
I think
they think everybody's gay, and it's like when you cater to that sort of thing, and it's like you can't let it cloud. Listen, you can't let it cloud
in
what
trying.
you're doing.
And I think in trying to be all inclusive.
Yeah.
They now are excluding another group of people,
Yes.
and still probably a large part of their market share.
Yeah.
And so it's like, no, you went the wrong way on this, because yes, we want to make people all feel included and happy to be part of this, but you have to keep it so that it is that way, and not just go completely the other way, trying to compensate where, I guess the knock was, well, you don't have any of these other programs. Okay, I'm not going to argue with that.
Right.
But you can't leave the market share that really gave you all these years of success completely.
Yeah.
You can't just drop that, because then you're going to become unsuccessful, because other people are saying, hold up. Now you're not doing anything for us.
Right.
And that's where they're at.
And now
that's where they've gone.
I mean, they've ruined ESPN, right? They ruined Disney World. They ruined Marvel. I didn't think that was even possible. How the hell do you ruin Marvel?
They tried to ruin Star Wars, and
they're ruining fictitious superheroes.
True.
And I mean, like we saw the Marvels a few weekends ago. It was terrible. The movie was terrible because it was so clearly a movie that said, "Hey, women don't need men." That's what it said. I mean, that was the nature of the movie. The villain was a female. The 3 stars of the movie were female. I mean, that was it. It was just females. Even the cats. There was cats in the movie, and they're called flurkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are some evil things.
Yeah. They were all females too. So it's like we made a movie about all women, and we're trying to like shove that down your throat. And again, I love me some Brie Larson. I love looking at her. That's fun stuff because she's attractive. But good God, having a dude in the movie is not a problem. Like I think
it's over. It's overcompensating.
Yes.
For not truly being as diverse as you could be from the get-go. But you're missing out on the fact it's okay, because a woman can kick a dude villain's ass, and that's okay.
Sure.
That's actually happened. I mean, it happens in real life. I mean, there's some women, they put some whoop on some dudes.
I would love for Brie Larson to kick my ass.
Oh my God. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but you could have you could have some dudes in there. It's okay.
So this
I get it.
This is where we're at. Like, so Disney has ruined everything. They've ruined everything. They've ruined it all. They took ESPN that I used to love, and now I love to talk about how much I hate them. Like, because I just can't take it.
I just think they're just disconnected. They got so much pressure from a certain set of folks. I mean, obviously of patrons as well as employees, and I think you've gone to the extreme because of this fear of a backlash. And it's like, okay, understand, but when you make it, diversity is still including everybody.
Yeah,
and that's not what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
You've lost your way. You've gone too much the other way, and it's now you're excluding the other set of folks.
And as a football fan, like I don't have any other avenue. Like if I stay away from ESPN, there's no other. I mean, I know there's the NFL Network and that morning show they do.
Right.
I'd rather watch shit fall out of a dog's ass than that. That's the dumbest. That's terrible. The only thing good about that show was Kay Adams because she was hot, and that was it. And now she's got her own show called Up and Adams.
How about that?
Yeah. And but like it's just like I don't care what any of those people say. Like it's like you got the one guy that wears a hoodie.
Yeah.
And like it's like I know you're trying to be like the common guy or whatever, like you're whatever, but like you're still
but it's too much.
Yeah, it's just come on, just
it's too much.
So the NFL Network just shove it up your ass. And then Amazon does that stupid shit once a week where you got the Thursday night football game and that pregame show and the music and everything, it's all just fucking terrible. It's just awful.
It is pretty bad.
It's just terrible. And then even like I can't watch CBS because their pregame show, Phil Simms is there. That's all that I need to say. Yeah. Phil Simms is there. Come on. Again, dog's ass shit.
Phil and Boomer.
Yeah, I'd rather watch. And then Fox.
James Brown can't rescue all of that garbage.
And then Fox is just.
And I love me some James Brown.
Fox is just terrible. Like, again, they do a 1 hour pregame show.
They've got too many
38 minutes of it's commercials, and then they bring a comedian and stuff in.
They got too many people on there now. Like, there's too many. I mean,
I know.
There's Jimmy, and now there's Gronk, and then Strahan's like gone for 3 weeks, and nobody knows what's going on. Now he's magically back, and you got Howie and Terry and Kurt. I like Kurt Menefee too, but they've packed it in too much now. And then Jay Glazer, and then they bring in the special guest, and it's just like, oh my goodness.
And it's just not. It's off.
Oh, you're out of focus.
I'm out of focus again, folks. You're not drunk, folks.
So you're kind of stuck with ESPN.
Yes. Hey, look at that. Fixed it. That is not a salute.
Stop.
That is not a salute.
Stop. We'll be canceled by midnight. No.
Yeah, but ESPN, Disney has just ruined everything. And again, you don't have another outlet, right?
I really hate to agree with you, but yeah, I mean, it's bad.
It's just terrible.
You
can't. It's unwatchable.
It's bad.
Sports Center used to be so cool, right?
I know.
Nothing but the bottom of the net. And now it's
cool is the other side.
Now
of
they
the
had
pillow.
the net has to have
the other side of the pillow.
Yeah, Stuart. So, and now it's just
aloha means goodbye.
I mean, I just think that like now even like the net in basketball probably is going to have to be like different colors, so it's all inclusive. We have a white net, and we have a brown net, and a blue net, and a pink net, and now they're painting the fucking floor of basketball courts. What is wrong with people?
It's a little disorienting.
It's stupid as shit.
It's disorienting for me. I'm like, I don't even know how they're concentrating. I'm serious. No,
fucking idiots. They're all fucking idiots.
Now Oregon was kind of the first just in general to kind of do some of that crazy stuff because they've always been known for that. But it's a little
let me tell you something.
It's disorienting to me.
If folks out there, and we probably have some people from Oregon listening, if you're patterning yourself after Oregon, you're fucked up.
Oh, dang.
Something's wrong with you. Go see a professional. Something's wrong with you.
Oh, my.
Do not pattern yourself after that stupid shit. That's like Boise and that stupid field. Come on. Grass is fucking green.
I can't get my fingers right. Shit.
Grass is fucking green. Grass is green.
Man, I like the blue field, though.
It's just so.
I like the blue field.
So stupid.
Again, disorienting, though, as heck. I can't imagine trying
in a basketball court, like the lines are black and the court is brown because it's wood. Don't fuck with that. I mean, we're going to start coloring the ice now.
We know when the NBA, that in-season tournament, man, like the whole court's blue. I'm like, how do you see? I'm not kidding. All other frustration aside, like I just think that
I don't get it.
I'm like,
Also,
it's disorienting.
What the hell is that in-season tournament? What the hell is that about?
That's to kind of try to up the ante in the middle beginning of the year.
Fuck
so that
the NBA. Fuck the NBA. Fuck them.
I thought it was kind
Just shut that shit down.
I thought it was.
Just stop the NBA. Just stop it.
I thought it was kind of a cool thing to do something different. Of course, it was probably rigged because LeBron, like the Lakers, they just recently lost, but they were 4-0 in pool play going to the quarterfinals. Where's Brian? He's like, of course, LeBron's going to win the first in-season tournament.
Right.
If they do, man, oh my goodness. Oh man.
Anyway, just stop the NBA. Just stop. Just shut it down.
Too much money, man.
Just shut it down.
Too much money.
And
can't give it up.
And then let's go back to peach baskets or something. Then right. Let's I don't know. That has turned into something that I can't watch anymore. I just can't. And it's because Disney's involved.
I knew it was coming.
It is. It is. I mean, Disney's so involved in the NBA. I mean, they're ass raping everybody in the NBA, and good God.
I think they're going to get out of some of this though, because I feel like they some of this network stuff is they see how much money they're actually losing. I think a turn is coming now. I think they're going to have to oust Bob Iger and get him out of there. As CEO for some of this to kind of right the ship.
I think they're just too far gone, man.
You think? Nah, I don't know.
There's a lot of money there, but look how much money they're losing at this point. Like they're losing a lot of money.
They are hemorrhaging money. I mean, it's bad.
I mean, they had the right idea of starting to fire people at ESPN. That was a good idea.
I mean, there was a company by the name of General Electric, and they were also in a really, really bad space. Yeah. You know what they did? They brought in Jack Welch. And you know what Jack Welch did? Jack Welch fired every sorry, stinking MFer that worked for that company, made everybody mad, and he flipped the script. But that's what it took, is you had to put in a CEO who had a better vision and realized where they needed to be.
Apple was 30 days away from being gone.
They were
correct. 30 days. Like
correct.
Not like, well, in 5 years, 30 days.
Yes, we got a
And
month.
they brought Steve Jobs back, and now they're worth a few $1 trillion.
I mean, brilliant. I know. So it's not. It's
and
not,
you know who he didn't consult? The fuckers at Disney.
That's true. Or ESPN. No. And that's what they're going to have to get somebody from outside to come in.
But it's like it needs to be separated. You know what I mean? Like I understand that Disney wants to own the world and Mickey wants to put his penis
But I think
in
it's going to
everybody.
happen because I think this is truly not sustainable.
I mean, Mickey's a whore, right? Mickey wants everybody, right? Mickey wants to have sex with everybody, and I get it. But like I think ESPN, like even if it's under the Disney umbrella, ESPN, and I know they have a CEO, but like it really needs to be a separate,
right? No,
you know what I mean?
I get you.
Because if I'm the CEO of ESPN and Disney comes to me with some of the stupid shit that they've come to whoever at ESPN, I would like, I would say
we're not doing
I would
that.
say respectfully,
We're not
you're
going to do it.
Fucking dumbass.
We're not going to do it.
No, we're not doing. That's stupid. Like,
yeah,
no.
I agree. I mean,
Like,
I agree with that.
how about we deal with the sports shit and you go have sex with Mickey Mouse? Like, how about we do that? You go make the stupid movies. Every movie's a reboot too, right? Because they have no original ideas anymore.
Which that's kind of bad.
It's
because they can turn them all into real people movies.
Yeah, right.
And so that's what they're doing.
The Lion King Part 7. Mufasa's pissed off. I mean, come on. Like, dude, really? Like the Little Mermaid. We don't need 19 Little Mermaid movies. One is fine.
Right.
It was a perfectly fine movie. And Snow White, holy shit balls. What the hell? How do you fuck up Snow White?
Well, they did.
How is that possible?
Because they are just that ignorant.
I mean, how do you fuck that shit up? Like, I don't understand.
Because they're not doing what Walt would have done.
Listen, Walt would beat the shit out of everybody right now.
Well, Walt would have fired everybody and said, we're cutting this, and y'all are all gone, and I'm going to hold this sucker up, and I'm going to bring some new people that aren't idiots.
I can just see the board of directors meeting right now where they're like, hey, we're thinking about purchasing ABC, which owns ESPN. Walt would have said, no. Why would we want to do that? Like, why?
Right.
Why would we want to do that?
In a word, why?
Yeah. Why would we ever want to do that?
Actually, it would have been in a word, no. We're not doing
right?
that. We're not doing that. No.
Yeah.
No. If you have to ask permission, the answer's probably going to be no. I know. We had some good rants today.
I hate ESPN.
I know.
I hate them.
I like watching games, though. And I mean,
I do
so
too.
I like watching the sports. I don't like the other stuff.
They're going to ruin everything, though. They're going to ruin football.
I'm really hoping that they'll have some separation at some point, and maybe the ship can be righted.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like they're just too far gone at this point. Like, I think we actually might be living in a time where, like, we might see the dissolve of Disney. I mean, I think it could happen. But there was a time that I would have said that's impossible, but I don't know. I mean, there's only so many movies you can fuck up.
And when you mess Snow White up, you're...
Yeah, I mean, again, they spent like $500 million making the Marvels.
Yeah.
And it's made like $1. It's made more than that. But you know what I mean? Like, I mean, so it's like, it's not, they're not even breaking
but
even.
For the amount of money that they piped into it.
And not even having Hottie McCotterson in that movie, right? I love me some Brie Larson. Whew. Whew. She's not Carrie Underwood, but she's close. I love Carrie Underwood. And Carrie Underwood loves me. She just doesn't know.
Does Brie Larson love you?
I'm sure she does. Hey, have you seen Kelly Clarkson lately, by the way?
I did, actually.
She lost a ton of weight.
What was she advertising? Oh, the Rockefeller Plaza, when they're going to do the lighting of the tree and all that.
She's lost a ton of weight, and good for her getting healthy and whatever.
I think that relationship, that dude, he needs to just be beaten up.
Yeah.
That guy was not good for her.
No. She seems like the sweetest human being on earth.
That's what I'm saying.
You know.
Yeah.
And she won American Idol before it got terrible.
That's right.
The first season.
Right, and it was and outright and all the things.
And then they did the Elvis night, and that's when Dave stopped watching. So I'm like, yeah, no thank you.
Fair weather fan.
Right?
Not really.
Right?
The man is a FSU and a 49er fan. He's used to some heartache.
I am.
So
I am.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm a Vol fan. Go Vols. By the way, wearing the blue, go Michigan.
Yeah, that game's coming up in about an hour. So the Wolves and the Bucks.
And the Just for Men. Ryan Day. Anyway, it's all
I hate Ohio State.
Go Michigan. Go Vols. Going forward. Onward and upward.
Go Noles.
Thank you, folks. Thank you for listening, folks.
We'll finish undefeated and be ranked 19th in the country.
Not going to happen. No, it's going to happen. They're going to get in. They're due. They're due.
You know why they'll get screwed? Because ESPN has something to do with it.
Well, that's true. Bad times.
Anyway.
Thank you for everybody for watching. We appreciate you.
Thanks. All things David Doc at our website, daviddoc.com, daveanddoc.com. Episode 64 coming up in the next few weeks. Again, we'll talk to Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, Cassie Millay, Eastern Crime Zone, and then Donald Dunn talking about some cool projects he's doing for some vets out there. So good stuff coming up, folks.
Thank y'all very much. Have a good one. See you. Bye.
We love you.
We do.
All.
And
all 20,000 of you.
And you love our rants.
That's right.
Bye.
See ya.